Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pahu. Today we are gonna talk a little bit about our recent announcement about the CloudFront supporting the origin access control for Lambda Function URL. So this is actually a very interesting and exciting news that we just announced earlier this month. So what is origin access control, or aka OAC? So origin access control is something that allow your origin. It could be like S3 bucket or for example Lambda function URL to be protected with some external services like CloudFront to allow only CloudFront can access your origin, instead wide open to anyone, any unauthorized client. So this is great use case. So before that we have API gateway and the Lambda function, which is great, but you have API gateway doing the authoring and protection. For some customers, they probably not really need API gateway, and but they still need something like Amazon WAF or AWS WAF or something network firewall to protect your assets. So that is where the CloudFront support OAC comes in. Yeah. So today I'm gonna walk you through using AWS CDK. So what we can do with CDK for that? Is it possible to build up something, some maybe custom construct for that to simplify the developer experience? Yeah. So let's get it started. Okay, now if you are my Twitter follower, you probably have noticed, and I was sharing my source code on tweet. But I love to have a walkthrough video to show how I build it from scratch, rather than just throw out the final source code. Hey, this is how it works. I believe that by sharing the real walkthrough and demonstrate some very tiny details of the user experience, which is great, and I love it. So yeah, let's get it started from scratch. Okay, so I would like to create a construct in which we can pass any random Lambda function, and this construct would allow you to expose this Lambda function as Lambda function URL protected by a CloudFront distribution. So that would be awesome. We just pass any random Lambda function, and we got the CloudFront protected Lambda function URL with the OAC support. That would be awesome. So how can we do that? So for example, I'm gonna create a construct. Let's call it like CloudFront protected Lambda URL or anything. Okay, CloudFront protected Lambda URL. Okay. Let me enable the code whisperer first. Okay, awesome. So this construct would be allowed to pass any Lambda function, right? So I'm gonna create an interface for it. Should be any Lambda function, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now we should have a Lambda function, right? And we need to expose this Lambda function. No, we need to add the function URL for this function, right? So the function URL should be function add function URL, and the auth type should be like IAM. Yep. Okay, so now we have function URL, and yeah, what else do we need? Let's look at the document. Okay, okay, we need the lambda permission. So lambda permission is essentially that is a declaration that this lambda function would allow CloudFront to execute this method lambda invoke function URL. This means that only this distribution would be allowed to invoke this function URL. So, but this is CLI. But in CDK, we essentially create a CFN permission L1 resource for that. Okay, so let's do it. But in this case, I'm gonna create a private method. Let's call it this enable permission. Okay, and this method is defined here. Yep. But instead of creating an IAM role, actually we need to create a CFN resource or CFN permission. Yeah. So we need the action. Yeah, invoke function URL and the function name. Function name. Do we need function name? Yes, we need function name. Okay, so the function name should be function name. Okay, should be function name here, right? And what else do we need? We need the principal. Okay, the principal goes to CloudFront, Amazon, AWS. Okay, awesome. Action invoke function URL. And we still need the source ARN, right? The source ARN is essentially the CloudFront distribution ARN, but we don't know that yet. We probably can pass the we probably can build it up later. But the CloudFront distribution is essentially like distribution new CloudFront. I'm gonna create a CloudFront web distribution. Okay, whatever. So for example, I'm gonna have a distribution which is CF CloudFront distribution. So this distribution would be this. Okay, and we probably can create this function goes to like this, right? Awesome. So we don't need this anymore because we would be able to pass this function here. And for the source ARN, we need to construct the for distribution ARN. This, but we probably can have this attribute ARN. Distribution ARN. No, we don't have that. Oh, okay. So we can do it this way. Stack of this. Format ARN. Yep. CloudFront distribution and distribution ID. Distribution ID. And we don't have region, so we have to specify the region is empty, right? And this is optional. Okay, I guess we are good now. So enable permission essentially create such CFN permission resource, right? So enable permission here. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now let's check the CloudFront distribution here. So we are building the web distribution where the custom origin resource is our Lambda function URL, but we need a domain name rather than the full URL. So domain name, we don't need the prefix HTTPS, something like that. The good news is, I guess we probably have existing method to convert the URL to domain name. Yep, it should be origin, like CloudFront origins as CFO. Okay, I guess it's in CFO origin function URL origin. Okay, Lambda function URL. Okay, we need to have a string. Render custom origin config. Okay, so I guess we should use the Lambda origin to render the function URL config. Okay. Let me check if we have any existing sample. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we should use this instead. Okay. Let's do it this way. Okay, that's it. Okay, so we have Lambda function passed into this construct Lambda function, and we made it make it into a Lambda function URL passed to the CloudFront distribution as the custom origin. We enable the required Lambda permission with a private method here, but we still have to pass the OAC ID into the distribution somewhere in the property. But yeah, I guess we can try to synthesize and see what else do we need and see the CloudFront template. So yeah, let's just create a very tiny application and get this synthesized. So I'm gonna create a dummy stack, and yep, I need to import this so I can new this one, but I need to pass the Lambda function as well, a dummy function. Okay. Whatever, let's just pass into this construct. Okay, awesome. Synth. Oh, cannot read property of undefined. Reading distribution ID. Distribution ID undefined. Are you sure? Oh, okay, so this distribution equals to distribution. Okay. What's going on? Okay, it's actually a distribution. Okay, let's do it again. Awesome. So let's check the distribution. Distribution here. Okay, so this is our distribution resource. We probably need to pass somewhere OAC ID here. So let's check the CloudFront distribution resource in the CloudFormation document. Okay, so this is the AWS CloudFront distribution origin, the OAC ID here in the origin. But origins is actually an array, right? And we only have one origin. Okay, let's do it. So we need to leverage the escape hatches and add a property to override the L1 resource like this. So I'm gonna so we have distribution here. So we need to get the L1 resource. So what I'm doing now is that try find child. The ID should be resource as because this is the convention of the CDK L2. When we have a L2, the L1 construct ID is generally resource, so it should be CF as CFN distribution. CFN distribution. So we can override, add property override the distribution config. Distribution config, right? And origins. And the first origin, the origin access control ID should be what? Should be the OAC ID, but we haven't created the OAC yet, right? So let's create the OAC, and we don't have L2 for OAC now, but we can always create OAC with L1. CFN origin access control is a OAC. Yeah. So how to create the OAC for Lambda Function URL? Let's check the document. Create the OAC using CloudFormation. Okay, so we need a name, origin access control, origin type. Type is Lambda. Okay, type is Lambda. And name I don't care, but it's required. So I'm gonna make it this way. Signing behavior always. Signing protocol SIG-v4. Okay, I guess we are good. OAC here. Okay, so OAC ID should be OAC attribute ID. Yeah, I guess we are good. So let's synthesize again. And we should check something around here. It should be have a origin access OAC ID added. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, origins, but looks like no. Should be the first. It's trying to add into the second one. I guess probably should be like this. Let's do it again. Okay, I guess we are good. Yeah. Okay, now I guess we can just deploy it and see if we have any error. Okay, let's do it. Oh, but we should output something for better troubleshooting. So for the first one, I would like to output the function URL. So maybe CFN output the function URL. And the second one is I want to output the distribution URL. Okay, so I'm gonna do it this way: distribution URL, distribution domain. Okay, awesome. Let's deploy. And while we are waiting for its deployment, I guess we should update our sample Lambda function here. So yeah, the Lambda function, our dummy Lambda function should be return HTTP response object, and which has the status code like 200, and probably we need some headers to disable the cache, because by default CloudFront distribution would have some default cache behavior. We can either disable from the CloudFront distribution, or we can explicitly define our cache headers in a Lambda function. So I'm trying to do that in Lambda function. So what can we do? I'm gonna define my response object. Okay, so it's essentially a JSON stringify that returns the status code as well as the body. But what we really care is actually the headers. So we need some headers. Okay, so no cache expires 0. Some cache control. Awesome. Do it. Hello, CDK. I am from Lambda Functions URL. Yeah. Okay, I think we are good. Okay, it deploys for the first time, which is great, but we have update our Lambda function, so I'm gonna deploy the second time. Hopefully only the Lambda function would be replaced. Let's do it again. Okay, awesome. Deploy. Okay, so yeah, if you're interested, you can just click the Lambda function URL, and you should be rejected because of the OAC. Of course, only the CloudFront is allowed to invoke the function URL, but you can try. For example, let's do it this way. Okay, forbidden, good. And let's try the CloudFront distribution. Awesome. Yeah. Let's open with our browser. Awesome. And if you check the header, you should have the header generated from our Lambda function. Okay, we got some headers here. Okay, cache control, no cache, expires 0. No cache. Awesome. Miss from CloudFront. And if I visit again, it will not hit any cache. Yeah, so that is my desired behavior. So you can control your cache behavior in your Lambda function or in your CloudFront distribution, the default behavior property, something like that. Okay, so I hope you find it useful. This is a awesome construct, L3 construct, CloudFront protected Lambda function, Lambda URL. So it accepts any Lambda function and expose it as a OAC protected CloudFront distribution. Yeah, which is great. I hope you find it useful. So let me know if you like to watch anything about CDK. Yeah, maybe I can create some demo like this for you. Okay, feel free to subscribe and hit the like if you haven't. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.